So you guys grow up in a small town, right?
Yeah.
And then somehow you made it out, Jordan, to California.
10 years ago. Yeah.
How'd you get out here, man?
Dude, it was super, I'm so fortunate, really. I think because, and as time has gone, because, my life has changed so much just in that 10 years since I've been here. But life presents so many different opportunities all the time, and so, you take one road and it leads you to another, and it's just, snowball effect, snowball effect, snowball effect. Right. So for me, like when I was 19, I was valet parking in Atlanta, and I was doing school kind of, but I was more always a worker. Like I wanted to work. I wanted to make as much money as I could. Valet parking was like,
those beers are expensive.
Hey man, we lived off Busch Light.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was my thing, is like, I always wanted to just make money, And so I started out, I was valet parking, and I was going to school, and then I took more hours at work, cause I was like, man, I could really make some money valet parking, and slowed down on school a little bit. My mind wasn't focused. And so anyways, so my uncle lived out here. He had moved out here probably 10 years prior. My uncle is, he was a VP at Apple. He was a VP at TiVo. He's now a VP at Compass. The guy's just an overachiever. He's an author. He wrote Computers for Dummies books. Like, the guy's just a genius. Okay. He calls me and he's like, hey man, what you got going on in Georgia? And, I'd never been to California. He visited once a year. Like, we never got to see him. And he just randomly calls me. He's like, I'd love to have you come visit and just kind of check out where I'm at. He goes, I think that you'd like it, and this and this and that. And he was like, just come check it out. So I booked a flight the next day, and I jumped on a flight like within the next week. Came out here. I loved it. I was like, this is so cool. It was so new.
Oh, well, it's not 1,400 people. And
yeah, I mean, it was so different, right? I mean, and so I was just so intrigued, and I was like, well, I'm super unattached. I'm not like I was going to community college, I'm not attached. I've got all of this, here that I could easily just leave and start over. I'm young. So I get there, and he says, all right, well, you come here, you live with me for 6 months. That's the timeline though. He goes, you start school. That's another piece that I require. He was like, and you can get a job and, get on your feet after 6 months. And if you can't get a job, can't get your own place by that time, then you move back home. If you can, then good for you,
I love it. The expectations are clear, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's very important. I've learned that in my life, dealing with other people, not him.
Yeah.
Not him.
No, I'd say
people.
I'd say he's the root though, that helped us out with all of that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So my uncle got me out here. I literally I came back, I made the decision. I left within a month, told my family bye, moved across the country.
Was that tough?
Dude, it was, at that time, it was more exciting. And you don't realize.
What you're leaving.
You don't realize what you're leaving. You really don't, because one thing I've learned is like, family is your home. No matter where your family is, that's where home is, period. And so I think I miss my family so much. I feel that, I'm very grateful for my situation. I'm very grateful for my business. I'm very grateful for him being out here. Like, I don't know if I'd be okay without him out here. At least a piece, we're the closest out of anybody. But you kind of realize, like, you're sacrificing, like, okay, I'm over here for business. You start to put it into perspective. I'm going on a tangent because I do that. But you start to put that, like, man, I'm out here because I'm chasing this idea of success. I'm chasing this idea of growing a business, and I'm stuck here. But like, what really matters?
What are you really gaining?
Right? What really matters? And it's like, one thing that really shifted my perspective is when my grandmother passed away a few years ago. I was like, dude, I've been out here doing this when I could have been spending time over here, right? And so those types of thoughts go through my head all the time, right? Like, family. I either need to visit more, or I need to figure out how to make this happen and get back over there to them. But very long story short, moved out here, got going, was working at the mall because valet doesn't pay out here like it did out in Atlanta. And I was working at the mall, and then I got a job as a trainer at 24. Somehow I hacked that system and was just selling for all the trainers there. So I was making a pretty good living there.
That's a common tale, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like, that's what you always hear, like started out at a commercial gym and then, you know, go from there. But yeah, then, you know, that 6-month mark hit, I moved out, got my own place, and about a year after that kind of started the business, and it's been history ever since.
It's crazy. You get some opportunity, right? You take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And still crazy to me. And I've just had this last week, and this last week for me and some of the people I've come in contact with was just recently on a trip. Had a really good, cool opportunity. I was down actually in Southern California for basically a firearms event, a shooting event.
I saw you
over 2 days. Yeah, it was fantastic. I got to connect with my buddies, and we're out there doing some different stuff and just learning, and the community is so strong. Just really rewarding experience. You just see people come together and everybody's just trying to kind of try to be better. A bunch of American patriots out there, which I really appreciate too, but there's no ego, no agenda outside of just kind of getting better. And while I'm down there, I get to go through this great experience. And then coming out the other side, I was in Southern California. I'd spent a lot of time there. I still have a lot of friends down there and a lot of connections. And many of them, from what took me down there, which was the fitness industry, right?
Yeah.
And particularly, I mean, if we're just kind of breaking it real down, it wasn't just fitness, it was training, right? It was coaching.
Right.
And I'm just kind of relating your story to the opportunities that, and kind of where that's evolved, and or maybe I'm, peel back the layers, some of the layers of what you guys are doing, but the opportunity that coaching gives you.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and the people that have taken advantage of it and what they've been able to gain from that. And this goes deep, because again, I connected with a couple buddies down there. We were actually a little podcast, or some episodes will be coming up.
Yeah.
And what they've been able to do with their life, where they came from. And almost all of us had very similar stories.
Right.
The most of the successful people in the fitness business that I know, particularly that come from the coaching end of things, not necessarily gym ownership or, kind of the operations side of things.
Right.
They were on a path of unclarity. Like, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now, but they found this thing that they're really passionate about. Yeah. And then they found out they were really good at it.
Yeah.
Then they found out they could make a lot of fucking money doing it.
Right.
While helping people and feeling good and feeling like they're providing a service to people.
Yeah.
And all of them at the end of the day, and again, these guys I connected with, and you guys will hear about them, when we drop these eps, the passion that they have for just being better and helping people be better. And it came from the gym. It came from helping people. And I mean, you guys are creating a legacy now with your business, but I just find it so fascinating. And then obviously those people tend to connect with other like-minded people. And here we are sitting with very similar stories. I mean, I was on a path too, where I thought I had it, where I thought I was doing the right things. And I realized, like, this is not making me happy. This is not where I want to spend my time. And I made the shift into, really just kind of going all in with fitness. And again, here we are. There's obviously a lot that's happened, but again, just the setup for kind of what brought you guys together, because all right, you're brothers, and it makes sense that you'd want to reconnect, but you come out here when you're 19, you're 14 or 15 at the time. So you're not coming out anytime soon. You're not in the fitness business yet. Fitness ends up connecting you guys in the end. So Callaway, you're left at home to your own devices. Yeah. I don't even think I want to know what was going on at home without Big Brother there.
That was a blast.
I'm sure mom.
No, it was.
I'm sure mom was like sad to see you go. She's like, yeah, maybe he needs to have Big Brother take care of him for a while.
Favorite kid was out of the house.
Right.
Had to do, had to do with this one left.
What I've already heard about your dad, I'm sure Dad was like, you better get your shit together.
Pack your bags, bud.
So. But you were also in the fitness business right away, right?
I was in the fitness. So Jordan actually got me into it, because before, like I said, I was a little bitty skinny golfer boy and just did that for, all throughout middle school. And
jump into just how skinny you were. This man became a man.
Oh yeah, he is.
It was random. It was overnight. I was, it started off as, middle school, elementary school skateboarder kid. I think, what it was? I did everything that he do, I did opposite.
Yeah.
Because he wanted me to be like him so much growing up.
I did.
And he was like, bro, like,
you need
this
to play
is-
football. You need to
Yeah,
play
that's
basketball.
you know,
need
you
play
need to,
baseball.
oh no, like
So
for real.
you were just rebelling.
Well, I'm just sitting here, but like I actually like to do it too. I wasn't just doing it out of like that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it was that. And he was like, bro, you need to be wearing Abercrombie and Fitch, you know, polos into school, not, you know,
Wait,
skater
Your
shirts.
big brother's telling you how to dress?
Bro, he had long hair and baggy
I was like
pants
the
and
skater
skateboarding
kid
shoes.
growing up. And
Holy shit.
so anyways, yeah, fast forward. Basically,
Trauma.
you know, yeah, trauma. No, he got me into fitness, and because I was just tired. I was always the, you know, shortest. I was short too. I was like 5'4", 5'3", you know, for my age group too. It was short, you know. And so I was always the skinniest of my friend group, and like, you know, any girlfriend that I had was bigger than me. So that was always like oh man, like I'd like to, you know.